Hi guys, it's Sovereign, your unknown Musa Senpai. So I got a lot of comments regarding me to redo this video because of the audio bug that I had. Tried to fix it in my editing software, and that just made monologue sound or a white noise sound. So this is going to be the voiceover for that video. This video mostly consists of damage reduction Musas, not evasion Musas so much, though you can use this build in evasion Musa if you like. And that is because we do not have an evasion shred in our awakening, and if we go evasion gear, we lose accuracy on top of that. Musa struggles with accuracy on a daily basis. We have low accuracy modifiers in the skills, and we do not have an evasion shred, which makes it even harder. Most of the gear that I'm going to show you guys is based around having accessory swaps. So you will have your main AP, and then you will have your swaps, which are the accuracy, offhand or accuracy rings, necklace, earrings, belt, etc. We're on garmoth.com, and basically I've made a few builds for you to look at. The first build right in front of us here is basically your main AP build. This is basically endgame. All of these builds are endgame, but you can work towards this. This is not something that you need to be straight away. You can slowly work towards these builds. So you've got your main damage build here, which consists of your crescent rings. These can be iron rune rings. I do recommend iron rune rings if you can afford them. Also, they could be tongue grab rings for more AP. You can have the ogre ring or a tongue grab necklace, but don't get a Deboreka. It will take you a long time to get to Tep, and getting pen is a waste of time until the market is a lot better. Same goes with the belt. A pen tongue grab belt is a Tep Deboreka, just keep that in mind. And also you have your distortion earrings, which are really good in the game, but they do lower your damage reduction, so just keep that in mind. Then you have your main weapons. These can be black stars, but I do recommend, if you can't get the click for pen black star, then just use your Nova C19 or 20, and then get your like Dandy and your Gazaka to C19. Your armors are like Trippy Try all the way around, Fallen God, this, that and the other, and that's basically your AP set. The artifacts that we should mostly use as an awakening damage reduction Musa is the artifact called Target Opening. There is another one, I will show you that in a minute. This one is really good because it gives you 10 AP, 16 accuracy, 100 stamina, which is always welcome on Musa, and the crit hit damage +6. Now we're going to go down to another build, and we're going to show you different varieties of swaps. So let's get into the swaps now. So this is our first swap, and this can be done in many different ways. So the way I've done it is that we still have a main portion of our AP, which is the earrings and the belt with our weapons, and our weapon being Nova as well. We're not trying to be a tanky class, we're just trying to be a damage accuracy class at this point. So our free swaps when we fight an evasion target can be either your Tet rings and a Tet lunar necklace. This will give you 947 accuracy. It might give you more or a bit less depending on your journals, your crystals, your add-ons and your elixir rotation buff. I have different ones here for different scenarios. Moving on to the more expensive version, it is the same again, but we have pen. Obviously this is a lot better, and this is giving you like 23 more accuracy, which is actually quite a bit difference when you reach the end game. It's not a big difference early game, but when you get to hard cap evasion stats, like the best you can get without being a meme, then 20 to 30 accuracy is a lot. Keep that in mind as well. The next one I'm going to show you is a bit different. So I like this build quite a bit, This is another way to swap your gear around and maintain a decent amount of damage, whilst having the ability to counter evasion targets. So this build is 1051 accuracy, 7656 HP, and 623 awakening AP. Again, we're using target opening, but the difference now is that we have a Pen Ogre ring and 2 Eye of Ruin rings with the HP cup. This is going to allow us to SA trade because we get the HP from the cup and the HP from the Eye of Ruin ring itself. Then we have the Black Warrior Hornbow, which is a great hornbow if you're evasion, by the way. This helps you with accuracy, and if you look at the stats at C19, you actually get a ton of damage reduction and evasion for having C19 Cathras, and it's extremely cheap. Offhands are the most expensive Cathra item in the entire game, and this only costs you between 18 to 20 bill. With a Nova, it would cost you around 50 bill, or even more. Obviously, we have our weapons here. This can just be a Pen Kazaka C19 or 20 for the accuracy. Then we have a Tungrad belt like we have before with damage reduction cup, and we have Pen Adornment earrings. This is really good, kind of like end game kind of build. You don't really need these at Pen. You can still actually have these at 10, and you can see we still maintain a lot of accuracy. To some degree, you can even go back into a disto and you will still have enough accuracy here. The accuracy offhand with the crystal setup, which I'll go into in a minute, gives you a lot of accuracy, so keep that in mind. Another thing to mention is the Dormant Earring. Actually gives you some nice stats. So you get stamina for having these Dormant Earrings, which Musa always needs, to be honest, and the newly added effect of hidden AP 3 with the Dormant Earrings as well. So that is another thing that we could do in video for countering evasion classes. Now this next build is mostly for PvE, so when you're grinding mobs you don't need a ton of accuracy. Even end game content, things like Hex Sanctuary, Ash Forest, you don't need a lot of accuracy. When it comes to crit, you do need a lot of accuracy. Between 950 to 1000 would be really good, but do not nerf your AP to the point where you can't kill the enemy. Also note that the enemies in crypts are extremely dangerous, and elixir rotation is much more preferred to grind there, just purely because you need to have all three things. You need to be tanky, have good accuracy and good enough damage, otherwise there's just no point going there. So this build is basically your average crescent rings. You've got your Pen Ogre, your Pen Tungrad belt and your Tet distortions. You've also got a Kutum. Doesn't have to be C19, it can be C14. You just want to get this for the AP. If your AP is above the threshold of the cap, then you really don't need to worry about getting this C19 or whatever. Just make sure that you are not missing any caps, because the AP cap at 309, that is where you want to keep yourself for PvE. And that's pretty much it for the gear. You're just going to have these swaps. Each swap has something personalized to you. Some will give you more AP, some will give you more stamina, some are more beneficial, like the ominous rings are more beneficial to have with distos, but distos make you lose damage reduction. So just find a build that actually fits you, but I do recommend having at least 2 accuracy swaps, and then have the accuracy offhand as a Musa. And if you want to know the accuracy offhand for a Musa, it's called the Ultimate Black Warrior Hornbow. Now I do know that PA just added a couple of weeks ago all special extra damage 10% to all of the offhands, because people were complaining that this was only on the green grade weapons. So don't worry about that too much. We're just having the accuracy to counter these evasion classes. Also note that when you're fighting evasion, you will still not be able to kill a striker that is extremely evasion based. I'm talking about everything up the wazoo with evasion. Evasion offhand, evasion necklace, belt, earrings, rings, evasion gear, evasion food, evasion elixirs even. These type of classes you're just not going to fight as an evasion, a damage reduction awakening Musa. These are better to just avoid, and you shouldn't get baited into a fight, because at the end of the day all they need to do is grab you, and if you are squishy you're going to die. Most DR classes are squishy anyway. Sadly, that's all we have time for today. I hope this video gave you some insight on how to counter evasion classes as a damage reduction Musa. Hopefully it helps you in the near future. Social media is on screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.